afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Hope you all had a good 4th of July weekend. Welcome back from vacation, Susan.
Hello. Thank you very much. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I just got back from a big road trip. I drove my parents from their home in South Carolina all the way back to the Midwest to spend a couple of weeks to get out of the heat.
Well, they didn't go far enough.
Yeah, so much for that. But it's good to be back and good to see you. Now, why aren't you on the set with me today?
Well, because while you were gone, I tested positive for COVID last week, and I was not feeling very well, so I'm took the Plaxovid, and feeling a lot better, but CDC guidelines are after 5 days, you have to be quarantined for 5 days, and then another 5 days if you're in public to wear a mask, so I'm kind of here by myself over here.
So we're just being a little bit safe, but you're feeling well.
Yes.
Yes, good to see you, and you're not alone. We're going to talk to Dr. Potoff about that later this hour.
Absolutely, it's good to be back. But topping our news today, the sun may not be out much, but that isn't stopping the heat from being bothersome. Julian Seawright is braving the weather patio to give you this week's forecast.
A 7th person has died in the aftermath of yesterday's parade shooting just outside Chicago. Today, new information into how the gunman carried out the attack.
And in the fallout of yet another shooting federally, the filibuster continues to be an issue. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks it all down for us. Let's take a look outside. I guess this is the place to be, on the water. Oh, it's humid out there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not very warm because of the cloud, not too warm, but the humidity is really thick.
Heat and storms, the weather words. Julian's in the backyard. A little thick out there.
That's right. So you can honestly wear the humidity as another layer of clothing. Is how thick it is outside as of right now. Unfortunately, though, we are looking at that heat advisory to stick around until 8 p.m. this evening. But as you can even see from outside here on the patio, we're looking at a bit more sunshine. It's been overcast all day, and now we are looking at a bit of the break in that with some sun, which is not going to be a great sign for us later on, which we'll get into in just a moment, because this is what we're watching for as of right now. This is to our friends over into Iowa and south of Minnesota, where we are looking at a line of storms starting to push their way through, and we're going to be tracking that and watching that throughout the developments of our evening hours, because it could start to lead its way here into southern Wisconsin as well. So that's one thing we're going to be monitoring. But outside of that, we are looking at a couple of pop-up isolated showers and thunderstorms, just mainly south into the west of Dane County. Not a whole lot of cluster, not very widespread. They're very isolated at this moment. But as we take a look outside, you can see plenty of that overcast is still sticking around for us, but some areas are starting to see just that break in that cloud cover with that sunshine as well. But this is the humidity we're looking at. Dew points into the middle 70s and even to the upper 70s, and 81 degrees for Platteville. That just goes to show you at just how hot and how disgusting it feels outside as of right now. Heat indices into the triple digits, well into the triple digits over towards Platteville as of right now. Now, as we take a look at our traffic, however, not too bad over on the Beltline, but over towards the interstate. We're all green as we're getting things rolling for us for our 4 p.m. evening commutes. But we'll talk more about those storms and try to time things out on when you can see those impacts start to head your way in just a few moments. Until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
All right, we'll check back in just a little bit, Julian. Thank you. Stay up to date on the weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. Topping our news today, the city of Highland Park, Illinois is in deep mourning today following yesterday's shooting at its Independence Day parade.
The death toll rose today to 7, with more than 30 others injured when a gunman opened fire from a rooftop of a local business as the parade marched by.
Today, police released new details about how the gunman carried out his attack. Marissa Perlman has the latest from Highland Park.
Police say the man they believe carried out Monday's deadly parade shooting, 21-year-old Robert Cremo III, fired off at least 70 rounds from a high-powered rifle that he legally obtained.
We do believe Cremo pre-planned this attack for several weeks. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers.
The investigation reveals the shooter was disguised in women's clothing as he carried out the attack.
Investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him during the escape with the other people who were fleeing the chaos. Following the attack, Crimo exited the roof, he dropped his rifle, and he blended in with the crowd, and he escaped.
Officials say he then walked to his mother's home and drove away in her vehicle. He was apprehended about 9 hours later during a traffic stop. Police say they found another rifle in his car and more legal firearms at his home in a nearby town. Now investigators are pouring through videos of the incident and Crimo's social media accounts.
At this point, we have not developed a motive from him. We have no information to suggest at this point it was racially motivated by religion, or any other protected status.
The victims ranged in age from 8 to 85. Among those killed, Jackie Sondheim, who worked at a local synagogue, and great-grandfather Nicholas Toledo, who was visiting from Mexico. He was shot to death while watching the parade from his walker. Marissa Perlman, CBS News, Highland Park, Illinois.
Investigators believe the gunman acted alone and that his victims were random. They are still deciding which charges to file.
The mayor of Akron, Ohio, has now declared a state of emergency after the troubling killing of an unarmed black man. Protesters believe police body cam video released by the authorities fails to explain why 8 officers opened fire, hitting Jalen Walker more than 60 times. Authorities say Walker fired a round and fled his car after officers tried to pull him over for an unspecified traffic violation last week. After Walker jumped from the vehicle, the police chief says Walker appeared to reach down to his waist and turn toward officers who were chasing him before they unloaded a barrage of bullets.
Clearly, they thought that this was an individual who had access to a weapon. To the extent to which policies can be developed that will lessen the number of officers that are simultaneously utilizing lethal force, I think that would be better for all involved.
As we said, Walker sustained more than 60 wounds and was unarmed when he was killed. Police say a gun was later recovered from his car. It's unclear when or if additional body camera footage will be released. Meanwhile, that downtown overnight curfew will remain in effect until further notice. The filibuster continues to be an issue in Washington in the wake of previous mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas. The Senate needed to reach a 60-vote compromise to pass gun control legislation.
Any efforts to pass abortion legislation are sure to fail with that 60-vote threshold, which is something the Democrats running for Senate are hoping to get rid of.
Political reporter Will Keneally spoke with the candidates and has more on all this. Will?
So it's becoming a proxy on the campaign trail for the issues. If a Democratic candidate supports abortion rights, they support getting rid of the filibuster to make it happen. This also plays out on the issue of gun control, which candidates like Mandela Barnes say people bring up to him right away when they talk to him.
People are operating with this sense of anxiety, with this feeling of hopelessness, this feeling of fear that they have just existing in their own communities, and we shouldn't have to deal with that.
Most of the main candidates running in the primary do support changing the filibuster. And since there are only a handful of conservative Democrats holding out on making changes, electing one of the Democrats running in Wisconsin would make the Senate Democrats closer to ending the filibuster. We sat down with some of the other major candidates running in the race, and we'll hear from them coming up at 5.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you. In the wake of the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade, Google said it'll soon automatically delete location history records that show whether a person has visited an abortion clinic or fertility center. Google said the move is aimed at helping users protect their privacy when they visit places that could shed light on their personal medical situation or health care decisions. Google users can already set some or all of their location history to be deleted automatically after a period of time, but the company said it's making that the default setting when it comes to a range of particularly personal types of medical locations. Google has faced mounting public pressure to respond to the Supreme Court's June 24th decision that took away the constitutional right to an abortion.
Jury selection began today for the trial of a man accused of beating and stabbing his mother and dog to death at their Iowa County home. Sean Pickett is on trial for one count of first-degree intentional homicide in the death of his mother, Susan Pickett, and one count of mistreatment of animals in the death of his dog, Chico. Pickett told investigators he heard voices and stabbed his mother in the throat multiple times and beat her with a metal bar. His trial is expected to last the week.
Some key allies of former President Trump have been subpoenaed by an Atlanta area grand jury. The grand jury is investigating Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election in Georgia. They issued subpoenas to Trump's former attorney Rudy Giuliani and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. The subpoenas also cover a handful of Trump's other former legal advisors, including John Eastman, Jenna Ellis, Cleta Mitchell, and Ken Chesbrough. The Fulton County District Attorney has been leading the investigation into Trump's actions in Georgia. Several state officials have already appeared before the special grand jury.
The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection says the Electra fire is still a major threat in the greater Sacramento area. According to the department, it erupted yesterday in dry grass near the Calaveras County line, and as of this morning, the blaze had grown quickly to more than 3,000 acres. Firefighters still have not been able to contain any of it. They say the area's rugged terrain is making the fire difficult to fight.
The fire is hung up down in the canyon. Last night the humidities came up and put it in check pretty good, but we have a fair amount of open line. So what we're doing is we're lighting a backfire to kind of consume the vegetation so that during the day-to-day, if this were to heat up and we get the winds to surface, our usual southwest winds, it doesn't have a chance to burn past our control line.
Authorities say Electra poses a threat to hundreds of structures and a critical power infrastructure in the area. Monday's mandatory evacuation orders remain in place.
The wife of WNBA star Brittany Griner tells CBS News she will not be quiet anymore. Sherelle Griner says it breaks her heart to hear the contents of a letter the basketball player wrote to President Biden. According to a representative, Griner, who was arrested in Russia in February on charges of possessing cannabis oil, wrote in part, quote, "I'm terrified I might be here forever."
She doesn't say words like that lightly. That means she truly is terrified that she may never see us again. And, you know, I share those same sentiments.
A National Security Council spokesperson tells CBS News, quote, "The U.S. government continues to work aggressively using every available means to bring her home." But Griner's wife is still waiting for a direct response from President Biden. In the letter, which was delivered on the 4th of July, Griner wrote, "Freedom means something completely different to her this year." Griner's trial is set to resume Thursday.
Today, President Biden awarded 4 men the nation's highest honor for military service. At the White House, the president gave the Medal of Honor to 4 Vietnam-era soldiers who went beyond the call of duty. From 1968 through 1972, Specialist 5 Dwight Birdwell, Specialist 5 Dennis Fujii, and Major John Duffy all put themselves in harm's way to repel enemy attacks on their units, rejecting medical treatment for their injuries while allowing other wounded troops to flee to safety.
For those who give their best for our country, we'll always, always give our best to you.
Since taking office, President Biden has also awarded the Medal of Honor to 4 other service members. Today's ceremony comes just days after the death of Herschel Woody Williams, who was the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient for his service in World War II. He will lie in honor in the U.S. Capitol later this week.
Heroes all around, that's for sure. Well, coming up next here on Live at 4, it's our Pet of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society.
Get ready to give Sadie some love. We'll meet this special lady with the Dane County Humane Society when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
So I climbed into the cab and then I settled down inside. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
if you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, you're a target for chronic kidney disease. You can already have it and not know it. If you have chronic kidney disease, your kidney health could depend on what you do today. Farxiga is a pill that works in the kidneys to help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in women and men, and low blood sugar. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may lead to death. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis. And don't take it if you are on dialysis. Take aim at chronic kidney disease by talking to your doctor and asking about Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga. Now is the time to switch to Spectrum Internet. America's leading internet provider just got even faster, with speeds now starting at 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds to game, faster speeds to stream, faster speeds to work or learn from home. All with 99.9% network reliability. Get Spectrum Internet for just $49.99 a month, plus a free modem and free online security software. Call 877-906-9192. Add advanced home Wi-Fi to get enhanced security for your home network, automatically blocking outside threats to your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum. Now is the time to switch. Get Spectrum Internet with faster speeds for the same great price. Just $49.99 a month with starting speeds of 300 megabits per second. Visit Spectrum.com to find out more or call 877-906-9192.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 windows from Feldco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Feldco.
U.S. air travel continues to soar with no major meltdowns. Good news at U.S. airports over the 4th of July.
The TSA said it screened more than 11 million people over the holiday weekend. Air travel peaked on Friday when the TSA screened nearly 2.5 million people. That's the highest figure since February 11th, 2020. Overall, the holiday weekend air travel rush was not nearly as bad as it could have been, as short-staffed airlines continue their struggle with flight delays and cancellations.
Speaking of travel, here's a little sneak peek of our pet of the week. Travelers this summer should probably get prepared to carry your own luggage and go easy on housekeeping at hotels. That's because a large majority, 97% in fact, of U.S. hotels say they are understaffed. That's according to a service from the American Hotel and Lodging Association. About half of 500 hotels polled last month say they are severely understaffed. The group says it's trying to fill 130,000 vacant positions nationwide.
Well, having a new car doesn't necessarily mean you'll have less car trouble. J.D. Powers reports people had more problems in the first 90 days of having a new vehicle than ever before. The Consumer Insights Group surveyed more than 84,000 people who'd bought or leased a model 2022 vehicle. 11% reported more issues than in 2021. That's a big jump. A J.D. Power executive said the highest increase ever seen in 36 years was 3%. He said with supply chain challenges and record high prices, it's somewhat surprising initial quality didn't fall even more.
It is the pride of Paris and one of the world's most recognizable landmarks, but the Eiffel Tower is badly in need of repairs. The soaring wrought iron structure presiding over the City of Lights is now riddled with rust, but instead of repairs, the Eiffel Tower is getting a $60 million cosmetic paint job ahead of the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. It's the tower's 20th time being repainted.
Well, stocks staged an afternoon afternoon rebound as oil dropped below $100 a barrel. The Dow Industrials lost 129 points, but it was down over 400 at one point today. The Nasdaq gained 194. The S&P 500 added 6.
Well, it's time for Potentially Yours today. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is with us to introduce you to our Pet of the Week. Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Who did you bring today?
I brought Sadie.
Now, Sadie is kind of a special girl. Tell us about her.
She is. So she is a senior. She is nearly 15 years young.
Wow, she's in great shape for 15.
Very good shape. She's still very active, acts a bit like a kitten sometimes with wanting to play and very curious. She loves pets, and she's ready to snuggle up on a sofa and watch TV with her new family.
Oh, she is so sweet. She's pretty vocal, too. She can be, yeah. She talks quite a bit, but she has a little bit of a medical issue.
She is on medication for hyperthyroidism, but the good thing is she takes it in her food, so you don't have to worry about sticking her with a needle or trying to put it in her mouth, so she does very, very well.
She's so curious about what's going on. I want to get everybody a chance to see. Look at her eyes. She has beautiful, bright green eyes.
She's gonna mesmerize you.
Yeah, she does. They're mesmerizing eyes. She's such a sweetheart, just like a little snuggle cat, a little on the skinny side. But maybe you could. 9
pounds.
Oh, really? Okay, but for a senior cat, that's about where she should be, right?
Yeah, for her size, I think she's very good. She's not too thin, not too overweight or anything. She loves laps. She's in an office, so when you come to the adoption center, you have to ask for her.
Okay.
Because she's hanging out managing staff, as you can tell. And she is also working as a paperweight.
I can see she's very good at that.
Yes.
Any special home you'd like for Sadie? What about other pets or young kids or?
I think she would do fine with young kids as long as they're gentle with her.
Yeah.
As for other pets, we're not sure how she would be. However, she seems pretty she's mellow and
she's
relaxed.
got a lot more years in her. Look, what a sweetheart. Before we let you go, let's take a look at last week's pet. Was that the kittens?
It was. The kittens were adopted. Can I mention one other thing about Sadie?
Sure.
So a generous donor paid her adoption fee.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So she is ready to go home.
So she's free.
She's free.
She's free to the right home. Oh, she's such a sweet kitty. Okay, and now how about last week's pet?
They were adopted, both of them.
Both of the kittens?
Yes.
Oh, that's great news. And do you have any events or anything going on you want to let everybody know about?
We do at the Hop House. They're holding a fundraiser for us where 10% of their sales, including food, alcohol, merchandise, is going to go to benefit the animals at Dane County Humane Society, and that is on Wednesday from 2 to 7 p.m.
Okay. Sadie gives it her endorsement. All right, Sadie, hopefully we'll get you a good home. She's so sweet. If you're looking for a good kitty, this is a good one. Lisa, great to see you.
Great seeing you.
We'll see you next week. Bye, Sadie. Good luck. If you'd like to adopt, or you could interview them, any of the animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go online to giveshelter.org is their website, or there's all of their social media handles as well. Lisa, good to see you.
Good to see you.
See you next week. And still to come at 4, film critic Will Loper has the latest box office numbers.
And they're a doozy. It was a record-setting 4th of July weekend. We'll find out who hauled in the most cash coming up after Julian's First Warn Forecast.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
The Minions are coming to IHOP with an all-new menu you're going to love. Excuse me.
Enjoy the Minions menu at IHOP. For a limited time, kids eat free and catch Minions: The Rise of Gru.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure complete balanced nutrition with 27 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Okay, and he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done.
Doesn't even look the same anymore.
Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much of Bob's money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
866 for Feldco.
It's Summerfest. The only time of year you can bring your I haven't heard live music in 27 months self. Your festival food for lunch and dinner self. Your I saw them before they made it big self. And of course, your I picked 12 stages, walked 6 miles, and it's only day 1 self. It's time to bring your best self. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. This is perhaps the world's most famous doghouse. It was designed by famed architect Frank Lloyd Wright in 1957. The design was requested in a letter from then 12-year-old Jim Berger. His family lived in a house designed by Wright, and Berger was looking for a doghouse to match. In his letter, he said that his dog Eddie was 4 years old, and Berger offered to pay for the design with money from his paper route. Wright sent the family a design for a triangular doghouse written on the back of an envelope. The doghouse is the smallest structure Wright ever designed. There's a replica on display at the Marin County Civic Center in California.
Wow, that is really cool.
Gotta get one of those for the hounds.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty cool. Well, an iconic food turns 85 years old today.
It's Spam, the spiced ham product invented by J. Hormel for his New Year's Eve party in 1936. Hormel's canned creation got the first 2 letters of its name from the word spice and the last 2 from the word ham. Spam has become part of pop culture with its own namesake museum in Minnesota. Oh, wow. Hormel says it's sold more than 9 billion cans of Spam over the past 85 years and counting. Have you ever tried it?
It got me through college.
Yeah, I never had it in college, but back at home, my mom would make, whenever we'd make breakfasts, she used to use Spam and make
Fry it up?
Yeah,
it's really good. It's really good on a hiking trip, too. If you're ever, out in nature, that's fry it up. It tastes pretty good. You've had it, haven't you, Mark?
Oh, yeah. I got through college on Spam.
Spam and ramen.
I didn't do the ramen, remember?
Oh, that's right. Mark has never tried ramen noodles.
What?
Yeah, we got to fix that.
I know, right? You're missing out.
Yeah. That'll make you some Spam on the side. Boy, it's a bad hair day, Julian.
Yes,
it is so humid.
Oh, man. You can wear the humidity.
Yes.
It's that thick outside. But outside of that, folks, we're looking at some showers and storms starting to develop. So we're going to talk more about that with the First One forecast after the break.
Are you suffering from neuropathy? Do you experience stabbing pain, numbness, tingling, or burning in your feet? Are you tired of sleepless nights and avoiding life due to pain? If you've been diagnosed with neuropathy or are experiencing pain or numbness in your feet, pick up the phone and call us right now before it's too late. Neuropathy is a very serious and progressive disease where your nerves start to break down. Eventually, it leads to balance problems, falls, complete loss of independence, and often amputation. Our program addresses the underlying causes and doesn't simply mask your symptoms with medication. In fact, many patients start experiencing relief from their neuropathy symptoms results within weeks. There's no surgery and no use of prescription drugs. Pick up the phone right now and call the number on your screen to find out if you're a candidate for our neuropathy program that has changed thousands of lives. You don't have to spend another day suffering. Call us today and see if you qualify for the relief you deserve. Do not wait. Call now.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives me better breathing and helps prevent flare-ups. Before Breztri, I was stuck in the past. I still had bad days. Flare-ups, which kept me from doing what I love. My doctor said, for my COPD, it was time for Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups. Like no other COPD medicine, Breztri was proven to reduce flare-ups by 52%.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, as we get right into things, folks, we're going to talk about the heat because today is one of those days where you want to have a short dog walk and not do much of anything outside because of how heavy the air is, because of the dew points and how hot it is for some areas as well. Our heat advisory is going to continue until 8 p.m. this evening. And as we take a look outside, this is what we're seeing as of right now, which is not necessarily a good thing for us. Because we are starting to see a bit more sunshine, well, that's going to be creating more instability for us for our already oversaturated atmosphere. So we are looking for showers and storms to start to develop as we get into the later part of our evening, thanks to that sunshine, which is creating that instability. Now, as we take a look at dew points, well, they are quite uncomfortable. It's honestly like Florida for us here in southern Wisconsin. 75 degrees in Madison, but over towards Platteville. That's the area where it's just been flat out disgusting all day. 82 degrees in the dew points, and their heat indices are into the triple digits, well into the triple digits as well. But this is what we're watching for as of right now. There's already a line of storms that are developed just outside of Minnesota and into Iowa as well. It's going to continue to track its way into the upper Midwest. And so that's one thing we're going to be watching for, but we're already seeing some developments of some showers and even some storms. And actually, we just have a severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued by the National Weather Service, and that's going to be in effect for areas just half of Dane County and south over towards the Illinois state line until midnight for tonight. So this is going to be the area of concern for us to start to see those showers and storms starting to develop as we get in throughout the rest of our evening and going into tonight. And this is all really being funneled by this stalled out stationary frontal boundary in this low, which has been continuously fueling plenty of showers and storms, which have already seen development for into areas just west and outside of the upper Midwest, but is now going to start to fuel itself into starting to fire off more storms by the time we get into tonight. But the good news is, as if the current track of things, most of us are not going to see showers or storms just yet or even into the early evening. But as we go closer to around dinner time and for tonight, that's where you need to be weather aware. We're going to be looking at more of the development of some storms starting to roll their way across southern Wisconsin, and that's going to be our theme and what we're going to be watching for throughout tonight. As we go closer to midnight, just outside of Grant County, might start to see some showers or storms start to trickle their way into southern Wisconsin, but it'll start to phase itself out as we get into our Wednesday morning. Just a couple of showers here or there, but Wednesday afternoon, for the most part, as of right now, we're tracking pretty dry conditions for us. Not a whole lot of rainfall for Dane County, or for mainly Madison, but the rain will be a bit heavier just south of Madison, near areas closer towards Janesville and for Monroe and Platteville as well. So those are going to be the areas we're going to be watching for heavy rainfall. But outside of that, this is what we're going to be seeing for our next 10 days. We might have some chances of seeing some showers or storms over the next couple, but the good news is temperatures won't be nearly as hot as they were for today, but they will be humid. We're going to be looking at this weekend. If everything holds out, pretty nice. Not a lot of humidity, temperatures in the upper 70s, low 80s. I will take that after this week because it's going to be sticky, muggy, and of course, you got to throw in the storms on top of it, guys.
Yeah, with this humidity, you know something's got to break.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait till it does heading into this weekend.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Well, Minions, The Rise of Gru hit the theaters this weekend as the 5th entry in the Despicable Me franchise.
Here to tell us how that movie and more did at the holiday weekend box office is our resident movie expert, Will Loper, with the Loper Report.
Hey, Mark and Susan. The Twinkies with legs known as Minions ran away at the box office with a new 4th of July record. Minions: The Rise of Gru made over $125 million, beating the previous North American record holder of $115 million, made by Transformers: Dark of the Moon way back in 2011.
Minions! There are a lot of other villains in the world, but I am going to be a super villain.
Part of the box office success may be due to a trend called #GentleMinions, in which groups of teens attend the Minions screening in suits and applaud both the opening and ending credits. However, they've been banned in some screenings due to alleged throwing of bananas at the screen. In any case, this is the 5th in the franchise that began in 2010 with Despicable Me.
We stole the Statue of Liberty, the small one from Las Vegas.
And is a direct sequel to 2015's Minions.
Banana? Stuart?
In this prequel-sequel, the Minions help young Gru as he aspires to join a group of supervillains.
This puny little child thinks he can be a villain. I am pretty despicable.
Little kids are sure to go bananas for this Minion adventure, which has plenty of colorful Minion antics, but parents may not enjoy this installment as much.
Et là, la punella. Oh là là, les bello bellissimo. La kiloto.
Still, it's a relatively breezy hour and 45 minutes, but Rise of Gru never surpasses the 3 Despicable Me movies, showing that maybe the perfect ingredients include Gru, Minions, and the 3 adopted girls who gave us one of cinema's greatest quotes.
You don't love me!
Over on streaming services, new on Hulu is the series Maggie.
I'm not supposed to see my own future. This never happened before.
I was married with a kid. No way. You have to, talk to people to get married.
Rebecca Rittenhouse stars as a psychic who starts to see her own future.
It's no picnic raising a psychic. No woman needs her teen daughter forecasting her hot flashes like the weather report.
That was actually helpful.
New on Netflix is the series Pirate Gold of Attic Island.
During World War II, 2 cans of the legendary pirate loot were discovered.
There's 148 more of those things still out there.
There's a potential of $365 million worth of gold coin buried out here somewhere.
Treasure hunters go to Alaska in search of loot.
It's really big.
This thing could be a bomb, or it could be a huge can of gold.
There's something right here.
This is the final spot. Gotta be here.
And new on Netflix Wednesdays, the film Hello, Goodbye, and Everything in Between.
Lilies. Good choice.
It's the flower of funerals.
You ready?
Final date before we go to college.
A couple agrees to break up before college with no hard feelings, but one last date might change their minds.
I know we wanted it to be painless between you and Aiden. It's not how it works. Not when it's real.
This big energy shift.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Lots of stuff as always.
A lot of good stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, I need to get some new titles because I went through everything for the last week.
Yeah, right.
All right, coming up next here on Live Before, Jeannie Mose takes us behind the scenes at a man's subterranean eel pool.
And coming up next hour at 5, our Brad Hamilton speaks with a man who was at the tragic shooting in Highland Park yesterday that has now taken 7 lives. Brad will have that interview coming up at 5.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes, certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Tired of millionaires in the Senate like Ron Johnson who only look out for the rich and powerful? Mandela Barnes will be a voice for hard-working middle-class families. As the son of a teacher and a third-shift factory worker, he gets it. He'll make the big corporations and the rich pay their fair share and lower middle-class taxes to make things more affordable for us. Mandela Barnes knows it's about the middle class, not the millionaires. Courageous Leaders PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Say hello to Zinsser Smart Coat, the next generation of intelligent paint. 11% off at Menards.
You know Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need? Like how I customized this scarf. Check out this backpack I made for Marco. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
New at 5, busting the filibuster is the Democratic Party's goal. Will Keneally explores the pathways the party can take toward their goal and what political policies will be affected if successful.
Plus, another hot and humid afternoon leading into a stormy evening. We're expecting strong to severe thunderstorms tonight. We'll time out how the line moves through.
Ahead at 6, a former News 3 Now reporter relives the moments of the July 4th shooting at Highland Park. Brad Hamilton asks how the experience has shaped the nation tonight at 6. Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up at LAX. Nice day in Los Angeles.
78 degrees.
And sunny.
Cooler than here. Let's go somewhere.
Yeah, not much traffic for a change. Well, forget the traditional goldfish pond. A Kentucky man has turned an eel pit into his man cave.
Taking care of the squirmy pets is a pastime that would make a lot of people pass out.
But as CNN's Jeannie Mose reports, the eels are reeling in fans.
Hi, everybody.
When Nick Tobler goes down the hatch, he's heading for his eel pit. He's got a feel for eels.
If I were to try to pick her up, which I kind of do here, she would dart off.
And you think eels are cute?
Oh, I think they're adorable. I think weird things are cute. I don't know. I like weird stuff.
Nick is a manager at a Kentucky pet shop and was delighted when he discovered his house had an underground receptacle to collect rainwater underneath the garage.
My house came with a cave.
And what better to stock it with?
We have eels.
Than mail-order eels. Online fans follow every wriggle and squirm as he dangles worms.
You can see right when he sees me there, he starts getting excited for this worm.
I had him eating out of my hand within 3-4 days.
The internet ate it up, especially when it came to naming the eels. From the biggest, Crunchwrap Supreme, named after a Taco Bell favorite, to the smallest.
Here's a little bathtub.
Often names included the eel, from Shaquille to...
This is tequila. Tequila.
And the supremely popular...
Mentally Eel, that's a fan favorite. Mentally Eel has single-handedly cured my depression, is what most of my comments are saying about it.
Nick's own online nickname is Cow Turtle. He set up a director's chair overlooking the eel pit and is thinking of adding a hammock.
This is about as good a man cave gets.
And within Nick's man cave, the eels have their own man caves to retreat to as they worm their way into the hearts of everyone except the worms. Jeannie Mose, CNN.
We have eels.
New York.
They are kind of cute, I have to admit it.
Everybody needs a hobby, I guess.
Yes, exactly. To each his own.
All right, still to come at 4, the summer COVID surge continues. And what about monkeypox?
As usual, there is a lot to talk about this week with UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff. He'll join us when Live at 4 continues.
Segment of our Madison Money Minute with Matt Cuplin, our face of Midwest Financial Group. They take care of everything financially that you have questions about. And we're out here at Winger Boats. We've rented some kayaks because we want to tie the theme together of financial freedom and a life of stress-free, leisurely living. And how do those two connect?
Well, I mean, look at this place. I mean, for some people, this is their goal, right? They want to spend their time here. The hard part is I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not about just having more money or accumulating more things. Mm-hmm. You have to have a goal in mind, and then you form a plan around it. Maybe that goal is travel. Maybe it's spending your afternoons at places like this. But whatever it is, you have to identify that first, and that can change over time.
Absolutely. I like that it's not about the money. It's a hard question, and it's a question I'm sure you ask everyone that you sit down with on their first meeting with you is what is it that's important to you, because that's what's going to help us plan for your future.
Yeah, most people just think, well, you know, I needed this number, whatever that number is, and that's part of it, sure, but what does that do for you? And I think that when we talk about being values-based and goals-based with our planning, that's what we mean. What's important to you? What are the things that you value most? And then how do we create plans to get you there?
And then, of course, it's that protection piece. It's thinking about the unthinkable in case that happens and really being set up that way.
A plan's going to have everything. You're going to have insurance, you're going to have taxes, you're going to have investments, you're going to have lots of different things. So it all works together.
Absolutely. So if this scenery looks good to you, it looks good to Matt and I, give Midwest Financial Group a call. Call Matt, talk to his team. They will set you up for success. And then come rent some boats from Tyler out here at Winger Boats. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
It is said that the eyes are the windows into the soul, which begs the question, can a window have a soul? At Renewal by Anderson, we think so. When it's a window forged from fibrous and over 100 years of refined craftsmanship, the essence of who we are transforms into a superior, stunningly beautiful window. So yes, a window can have a soul. For a limited time, take advantage of this great offer. Find out why we are the better way to a better window. Renewal by Anderson.
Politicians have been threatening it. Now the Supreme Court's done it, triggering a ban on nearly all abortions in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. And Senator Ron Johnson sided with them on overturning Roe v. Wade, punishing doctors and hurting people, putting our health and reproductive rights in danger. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to protect us, not punish us.
And a quick update on our traffic. As of right now, everything's pretty smooth, aside from the eastern side of the Beltline. Eastbound, as of right now, is seeing some slow spots just outside of Fish Hatchery. It's going to do it for our quick updates. Let's go ahead and toss it back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. A big uptick in summer travel and people holding gatherings is leading to a new wave COVID infections.
It's being fueled by new subvariants of the Omicron strain, BA4 and BA5.
And as monkeypox cases rise, the CDC is recommending high-risk individuals get the vaccine. Lots to discuss today, as usual, with UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potosh. Jeff, thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Dr. Potosh. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
We're talking about the new wave of infections. Well, I was under that wave this past week. And fully vaccinated.
Yeah, Mark is one of many people that are getting sick now. They're testing positive and they're getting very sick. So is that the new variants that we're talking about, 4 and 5?
It's possible. We've seen this switch now from what a lot of us became familiar with, which was BA2, to BA 2.1, 2.2, which is kind of going away, and we're seeing these new variants of BA5 and BA4. They cause similar disease in the sense that from actually getting the disease, it would feel the same, but these two variants are a little bit better at escaping both our vaccine protection, but also previous infection, even previous infection with an earlier Omicron strain.
Mark, why don't you tell Dr. Potosh what your symptoms were? You had everything.
Well, I don't think doctor can hear me.
Yeah, he can hear you. We can hear you.
No,
oh, he can't hear. Oh, you can't hear him. Oh, sorry about that.
You could tell him that, I had a fever of 102 for a while and a severe cough. It lasted a couple of days until I started taking the Paxlovid.
He had a high fever and a very bad cough for a couple of days, and then took the Paxlovid, and then he felt better.
Yeah, and that's a pretty common scenario. I think a lot of folks think now that COVID is this just really mild disease, and it kind of like slows you down a bit, but isn't too bad. But for a good number of people, it's legit. Like, it really knocks you down. You don't feel very good. Fevers. And then a plug for Paxlovid. It's got great data behind it, especially if you have a couple risk factors for severe disease. It can really decrease the likelihood that you come see someone like me in the emergency department.
Well, if we have these new variants we're talking about, how does that impact whether or not you should get a booster? I mean, is the booster going to protect us against these new variants, or are we needing to be talking about an Omicron-specific vaccine?
So it's a little of both. Right now, our current vaccines and boosters, they may not protect you, especially months after you've gotten them, against any symptoms at all. So you may be like Mark, where you have a fever, you're not feeling very good, it's not fun, but it doesn't get to the point of being dangerous. They protect very well against severe disease. Now, if we can create an Omicron-specific variant booster, let's say BA5, and BA5 is still the dominant strain when that booster is available, say September, October, that's the best case scenario, because what that means is not only will it still protect against severe disease, but it's likely that it'll protect you much better against any symptoms at all. So you may come in contact with BA5, not even know it. But the trick is matching up that specific vaccine with the variant that's dominant at the time. That could be tricky.
Right, and always changing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, go ahead.
All right, I think we're out of time, but we're going to get to monkeypox, but I guess we'll get to that next week.
Oh, let's just quickly ask him. The CDC said if you're at high risk, you need to consider getting the monkeypox vaccine. Who is at high risk?
Yeah, so right now, we don't fully understand it, but the highest risk population for monkeypox is men who have sex with men. So if you're in that category and you have multiple partners, you would absolutely be the person who we'd recommend you go get vaccinated against monkeypox at this point.
And that vaccine is available?
It's available. Sometimes it takes a little work to get that dose. It's not like you can just go down to Walgreens, but talk to your healthcare provider and they can get you set up.
Well, hopefully by next week we'll have Mark back on the couch. This is the new normal now. Everybody's going through this.
Right.
But he appreciates you coming in. Good to see you today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin. With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Tonight at 5, we're monitoring another round of strong to severe thunderstorms moving through southern Wisconsin. We'll time out the rain.
And replacing Republican Ron Johnson may be what the Democrats need to bust the filibuster. We explore what political policies could be affected. That's next at 5.
Concerts on the Square are back each Wednesday night through August 3rd. Enjoy a performance by the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra with family and friends at this totally free event starting at 7 p.m. Learn more at WCOconcerts.org.
Storms are starting to develop. Meteorologist Dana Fulton will have all you'll need to know coming up at 5.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives.
The liberals in Washington sure are changing people's lives. Soaring inflation thanks to reckless spending and record gas prices due to cuts in U.S. energy production. Senator Ron Johnson is fighting back, working to hold Washington accountable for its spending and waste and restore American energy independence to lower prices at the pump. Tell Senator Johnson, keep fighting for Wisconsin families.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we only serve those who honorably serve. All ranks, all branches, and their eligible family members. Yep, that is exclusive, and we're fine with that.
I tried a laxative that's both gentle and fast.
Great tasting Dalcolac Soft Chews works naturally with the water in your body in as little as 30 minutes. Puts you comfortably in control. Dalcolac Soft Chews.
Feast your eyes on this month's Madison magazine. Learn how local chefs are cultivating partnerships to bring veggies to the center of the plate. Then take off from terra firma with ordinary folks with a passion for piloting. Madison magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and get my 48-hour forecast to help you plan your day.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, a thing that we didn't know was a thing.
People are dressing up as mermaids. Across the world, thousands of people, mere folk, humans of all shapes, genders, and backgrounds enjoy dressing up as mermaids. In recent years, a growing number have gleefully flocked to mermaid conventions and competitions, formed local groups called pods, and poured into their savings into multi-million-dollar mermaid tails. The industry, when the mermaiding first started to catch on, most tails for sale were custom-made silicone creations that weighed up to 50 pounds, cost upwards of $6,000, and take a surprising amount of time and lubricant to wrestle into. But over the past few years, the increasing availability of cheaper, lighter fabric options opened up mermaiding to a wider public. Swimming in the tails takes practice. A mermaid's mastery of the dolphin kick is key. So now you know.
be something cool to see off the shore, off the terrace on Lake Monona.
Let's go mermaiding. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.